So there was a bit of a dust up that happened in BC, ladies and gentlemen, because to surprise, Justin Trudeau went on vacation. That's not the surprising part. The surprising part is he actually stayed in Canada for once during the Christmas holidays. That's kind of unusual for someone like him. And to dismay, some people were really, really angered by this. Angered the fact that our prime minister has got such low approval ratings, has dropped the bar so low for Canada that a rock could be easily beat him in an election. And here it is, folks, from the Western Standard saying, pissed off. I guess it's supposed to say pissed off, but I like how the spelling of that. Pissed off. Reports claim Trudeau and entourage vacation at BC ski resort, angering locals. So here's what the article goes on to say. I have never been so angry at a day at Red Mountain, said a social media user of his recent experience at Roslyn area ski hill. Some self-important big shot showed up with an entourage of security, and they absolutely ruined the entire experience for anyone else. This guy and his goons thought they were too good to wait in line, cutting ahead of families and kids like they owned the lifts. I don't know who he was, but the arrogance was disgusting. Who the hell shows up to a public ski hill and acts like that? Well, you obviously know. Trudeau's connection to Red Mountain Resort goes back to the 1990s. His brother, Miguel Trudeau, was working at Red Mountain at the time of his death in an avalanche in 1998. As of Thursday afternoon, there was no confirmation Trudeau was at Red Mountain. More unverified social media posts, and his plane had landed in Kelowna, BC, a 4-hour drive from Roslyn. And if that wasn't bad enough, his crew completely clogged up the Josie Hotel and the Velvet, said the livid social media user. The lobby was a zoo. Bodyguards everywhere barking orders, acting like regular people were in their way. The bar was packed, the staff seemed stressed out, and the whole place felt like a circus. It's a ski lodge, not your personal clubhouse. If you're so special, go rent a private chalet instead of stomping all over everyone else's vacation, he said. Not for our prime minister. He wants to be one with the people. And by being one with the people, it means angering, pissing them off, and ruining their vacation. That's how lucky we are to have Mr. Justin Trudeau as part of this. This guy's entitlement was unreal. Who shows up to a public mountain with an armed security, messes up the slopes, take over the hotel, and doesn't even have the decency to act like a human being? Whoever he is, I hope he stays far, far away from Red Mountain next time. We don't need that kind of selfish nonsense here. So, obviously, the user in this article here did not know what was going on, had no idea that it was Justin Trudeau. It was the Prime Minister and his security at this hill. They have no idea what was happening with that. But luckily, someone caught up to him and captured this on video and had some, uplifting words, let's just say, to our Prime Minister. To the much of many other Canadians that would also feel the same way. Take a listen to this.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Please get the fuck out of BC.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
Yeah, you suck.
That's on Daisy Media. That was a fun one. Let's see this again. See this again. This is fun.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Please get the fuck out of BC.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
Yeah, you suck.
You gotta hand it to our passive aggressiveness here in Canada. Oh, let me turn down the light here. It's starting to go blind here. You gotta love our passive aggressiveness here in Canada. Please get the F out of BC. we got to have some manners when it comes to our insults. Please get the hell out of BC. Get the F out of BC. And Justin Trudeau just standing there. Yeah. Have a great day, ma'am. Great day, ma'am. I'm going to ruin your vacation and everyone else here because I'm the trust fund kid. Nothing can go wrong with me. I'm Teflon. Everything just wipes off me. Chip off the shoulder. Just has no idea, no awareness, cannot read a room to understand why exactly this woman is so peeved off at Justin Trudeau. Much like any other Canadian is peeved off at Justin Trudeau. But right now, as this video is surfacing, as this video is making viral attention, what are the news reports saying? They're saying that, oh my God, this lady at the ski hill, is this what's happening to Canada? Do we not have courtesy anymore? Do we not have the ability to be kind to one another? What is happening to us during the holidays even? Like they're trying to shame her and protect Justin Trudeau from that comment. Like, oh, she was stalking him or something. It was ridiculous, but let's watch it again.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Please get the fuck out of BC.
Have a wonderful day, Mal.
Yeah, you suck.
I should almost make that a ringtone right now. I should make that a ringtone. Just get the F out of BC. Oh, it's funny. That's funny. But it is what it is. And many, many Canadians can sympathize with that woman. And I just want to show you someone on the record of why exactly people like her and many majority of Canadians feel the exact same way that this woman did catching up to the Prime Minister. Because as you see the news reports, you see Ben Mulroney on his radio show talking about, like, is this the Canada we want to live in where we're not kind and courteous and respectful to one another? I know he's the Prime Minister, but why would you do this during the holidays? As they're trying to deflect, as they're not trying, completely missing the point of all this, I just wanted to highlight this specifically. So this is detail from the 2021 election. This was the snap election that Justin Trudeau held in the middle of COVID to try to reassure people that he was still popular. And it turned out he wasn't. Because before even any of the mandates came out, before any of this mayhem, before we knew exactly how much of a globalized tyrant this guy is, an authoritarian figure, an oligarchy is, people were already pissed off at him. People were already angered at who this guy is. And I just wanted to show some of the data. This is, so September 20th, 2021, that was the snap election that Justin Trudeau wanted to do to, again, retain popularity. And here it is. So only 62% of Canadians turned out to that poll. And that number is dropping. That number is continuously dropping. The turnout for these elections is continuously dropping because, as we have seen, and I think people are now being more aware to this, no matter who's in office, you can't vote your way out of these problems. And I think we're seeing that a lot now with America. We're going to show later on exactly how MAGA is now pissed off at the leaders of MAGA, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy. They were promised, to make America great again. That's turned the other cheek. Now people are angry at that. So I think people are starting to wake up to realize that you can't vote your way out of these problems. You got to systematically topple the power structure. You have to actually go after the entire system that orchestrates all this. Because no matter who's in charge, no matter what party has control, all these policies, all these implementations, all these COVID measures, the lockdowns, the mandates, the censorship, no matter what it is, it was going to happen anyway. And it's going to happen continuously if we don't actually come together, unify, and go against the status quo, go against the system that brought us these people. So 62% of Canadians showed up to this, and that number is still dropping as more elections are happening. And look at Justin Trudeau under the percentage. He barely won with a 32.62% popularity, even within his own party. 32.62%. So that's almost half, not even half of the people that turned out to vote on that election favored Justin Trudeau. And that was before what he did to the Freedom Convoy, what he did to Tamara Leach, what he did to Chris Barber. This is before all this. This is when we were just learning about the SNC Lavalin scandal. This is when we were just learning about the We Day scandal that took effect. This is him, implementing carbon tax for the first time in around 2019. So people were already disgusted then. And now here we are in 2024, where Canada, unfortunately, is turning into a wreck. It is a disaster right now. It's going to be a disaster coming into the next year, as we've seen articles being produced, as we're seeing more information about the carbon tax increase, how that's going to affect grocery prices, how that's going to affect inflation. It's going to get worse, ladies and gentlemen. And this little GST holiday and the, promise of a $250 check maybe is not going to win votes. It's not going to win anything. The fact that his own party is even disgusted by it. Look at how many MPs in his own party have resigned, are completely done. They threw in the towel. They said, I'm done with this. I don't even care about my pension anymore. I'm done with this crap. And they're calling for Justin Trudeau to resign. So obviously, now you understand you feel some sympathy towards that woman, much like anybody else, but the mainstream media doesn't see that. The mainstream media still thinks that woman is just absolutely crazy and stalked him. And what has Canada become? Are we not a folksy, wholesome individual state anymore? Here's also, this is from the latest IPSOS poll. I don't know how to actually pronounce that. IPSOS poll. It's one of the biggest polling data searches in the country here. And it says approval of Justin Trudeau's performance at just 33%. As Canadians call for Parliament to focus on cost of living. 33%. That was in September of this year. So just a couple months ago. 33%. I'm sure that number is inflated. I'm sure that number is deeply inflated because the number of working Canadians that still approve of Justin Trudeau is very, very low. Very, very low. And it says underneath in the byline, Pierre Poilievre is the preferred choice for Prime Minister, while disapproval of Justin Trudeau's leadership has surged, with 67% of Canadians now dissatisfied. And just wait till 2025 in the election year when this GST holiday wraps up in February. In February, I think 15th or in the middle of February. And the carbon tax goes up again. Inflation is going to skyrocket. The cost of groceries is going to increase. We just did that article from the National Post. Now the mainstream media is finally caught up to that article, saying, hey, by the way, while you're saving, 0.8% on food that wasn't supposed to be taxed anyway, the cost of food is going to increase. So now if you're a family of 4 trying to feed your kids, trying to prepare lunches, trying to send them off to school with a healthy, nutritious meal, it's going to cost you double. It's going to cost you triple. It's going to increase dramatically. But Justin Trudeau could not care less. Justin Trudeau, when he was asked about this, when he was asked about cost of living at the G7 or G20 summit in Brazil, He said, that's not a problem. We shouldn't worry about grocery prices because climate change. Climate change is more important. Forget about the cost of groceries. Forget about the cost of food. Forget about nourishment. Let's focus on the fact that I just took a private jet from country to country to talk about how bad the climate is. And as I have stated this throughout all this, I'm not saying that there is no climate change. I'm not going into that territory. I am saying that people like Justin Trudeau, people like Greta Thunberg, people like Al Gore, people at Davos, they are not the people with the solutions for climate change. They're the ones that are causing a lot of this pollution. If they really cared about climate change, if they really cared about putting pollution into the air, then where are the smear attacks? Where are the tactics to curb all these jet setters, all these people on private jets? Where's the cutback on military expenditure? Because the military, as we occupy the entirety of Earth to police all these different territories, is causing a lot of pollution. It's one of the number one pollutants on planet Earth is the military. So where's the cutback for that? But meanwhile, they want to wag the finger, tell you have to give up your car or switch to an EV, which is just devastating and costly. And you have to give up, the AC in the summer. You're going to have to give up your lawnmower. You can't have a leaf blower anymore because climate change. And all this is going to cost you even more because all we're doing is taxing more people without actually implementing any solutions to stop the pollution. And as recent articles have pointed out, as recent studies point out, all these carbon taxes that we're throwing onto everything from food to gasoline to manufactured goods is not doing anything for the environment. And it's gotten even worse. The pollution index in Canada has gotten worse implementing the carbon tax. So why are we still throwing money into this make-believe idea that somehow it's going towards environmental policies when we know the environmental policies aren't even there? But instead, we're going to attack people, regular people, for how they interact with general society, how they contribute to the economy. We're going to charge them double, triple, whatever, but then allow the jet setters, the private billionaire class to go to all these different territories and yell and scream at other people how they need to change their policies for the environment. Just absolutely devastating. But it's okay because people like Bill Gates could buy climate credits. They can buy, carbon credits. So, if we pollute a little too much, I can just pay the government to look the other way, which is what we're doing right now. So what's the point? What exactly is the point of any of this? Other than just stealing more money to flourish the billionaire class. It's a scam. And that's where the green money scam comes from. Because we're giving all this tax dollars that people have worked crazily for to survive, to make a living, to keep a roof over their heads, to feed their families. That's going towards this idea that somehow giving the government more money is going to magically make the climate better. And yet there's no policies, there's no solutions, there's no direct initiatives to do any of that. So it's all just one big scam, ladies and gentlemen.